Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. I'm back again with the only upload of the day today, and I've been really struggling health-wise. That's why we didn't talk, but there's a lot to talk about. I really can't exhaust everything in this video. Probably tomorrow, if I feel a little bit better, we will discuss more about these stories, but they're coming from very credible sources, and it's a pity that we couldn't actually look at them today. But I mean, there's a lot going on in the last 13 or 2 weeks, in the last 2 weeks of the transfer window. AFC Bell has actually broken another piece. The Arsenal will try to sign James Maddison in the last remaining days of the transfer window, and that is really amazing. That's really amazing. We're gonna be diving into that. We're gonna be looking at that, but as well, Aaron Ramsdale is another player that Arsenal have reopened talks to sign. So Aaron Ramsdale, according to the Athletic, the door was never closed fully. And if you still remember when I was talking about AFC Bell and the update about Aaron Ramsdale, AFC Bell did say that the door was never closed completely. So they are saying talks have actually reignited. Talks are open, with Sheffield United now more than willing to accept an initial offer of around 20. Of course, obviously, an initial pay of around 24 million plus add-ons. That was the first deal. That was very close to the first deal that we were actually trying to propose. However, Arsenal also still want to get the player below 20 million euros. Manuel Lacazette has finally joined Juventus, so the long wait, I think, I don't know whether there have been any more Arsenal fans waiting for Manuel to join Arsenal, but that one is also confirmed. We're going to be diving into that and looking at that from Fabrizio Romano. It's a done deal, and Martin Odegaard will also be joining Arsenal very soon, according to Fabrizio Romano. Do me a favor, do smash a like on the video, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get the party started. So we're gonna work on this. We're gonna work from this small screen because there's so many stories, and I would really love to exhaust all of them. So we're gonna work from this small screen, and the first one is according to AFC Bar, saying a source in Arsenal declined to confirm the news of the club's withdrawal from negotiations about Aaron Ramsdale. There is a possibility the news from yesterday is about putting pressure on the club rather than break down in talks. That's according to AFC Bell on Aaron Ramsdale, and the Athletic are saying, the Athletic are actually saying a dramatic turnaround. The Athletic understands Arsenal once again in talks over the signing of Sheffield United goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Sheffield United are now prepared to accept a deal that will start with an initial fee of £24 million. So it looks like Arsenal will have, because the reports are from Fabrizio that if we fail to get Aaron Ramsdale, we'll actually go for a Neto from Barcelona. And what he actually says is Arsenal are not willing to pay more than 25 million. Initially, we wanted to pay actually 20 million for Aaron Ramsdale. Sheffield United believe they will not actually, let the player go for any fee below 24 million, and that should be the initial offer. So I mean, a lot has to be, has to come. But look, we can't go into that Chelsea game without a backup goalkeeper. It's ridiculous. Starting the season without a backup goalkeeper was stupid enough. I think Edu and his madness. But I think this is a deal that should get done before the weekend, before Chelsea. I mean, you expect, with Chelsea, in a game like Chelsea, you expect anything. What if Leno gets injured? What if he gets a red card? What if, anything can happen? So I think we risked fast and we failed. And I really look at Aaron Ramsdale as a goalkeeper that might come in to replace Burnley, because Leno is doing a lot of crap, a lot of nonsense. So keep an eye on Aaron Ramsdale as well. Keep an eye on Neto. If I cannot update you tomorrow, those are the two players that you should keep an eye on closely. All right. So this was according to James Shield, who said Arsenal are preparing to submit what they believe will be the decisive bid for Ramsdale. Officials in North London are confident the offer, which is likely to be in the region of 28 million, will be accepted by Sheffield United. So we wait to see what actually happens and comes out of those negotiations. Like I said, I'll be trying to pull the plug and try to update you tomorrow. Okay, on Martin Odegaard. Odegaard is Arsenal's #1 attacking midfielder as of now, but if that doesn't get done, they'll attempt to return to James Maddison negotiations, according to AJ Wood 16. And actually, according to Fabrizio, he was saying that Arsenal are just waiting for their bid to be granted a green light, and then they'll get Martin Odegaard. That's a deal that we expect to be done in the next hours, around 24 or 48 hours or 72 hours in this week. We did expect Martin Odegaard, and there's a very big question now after the AFC Bell reporting that Maddison is still very, very likely to join Arsenal. There's now a very big question whether Arsenal will actually try to sign James Maddison and Martin Odegaard. If we do try to sign both of them, that would be, for me, a tick for Arsenal, a tick for Edward, a tick for Mikel. We've struggled so much in terms of creativity. There is no reason as to why we can't bring in two players to solve the creativity problem, because at the moment it's actually blank. And if you think about it, you could use a player like Emu Smith-Rowe, or you could use a player like Martin Odegaard in a pivot. Look, I don't think he's gonna sit deep in a pivot. That is Odegaard. But I think if you're playing a 4-3-3, you could use Martin Odegaard, Smith-Rowe, and James Maddison at the same time. Obviously, you'll have to sacrifice players like Pepe and things like that. So the AFC Bell are actually saying exclusively Arsenal will ramp up their efforts this week and the remainder of the summer transfer market in their bid to sign James Maddison. Official communication between clubs is expected to gain upward momentum very, very soon. The player lining is anticipating the outcome of the conversations with a high degree of interest. So what actually happened, and I did report about this last time, is the deal was seemingly off because the James Maddison camp was more convinced that now Arsenal are looking at Martin Odegaard rather than James Maddison, but looks like the deal is back on as well. Sky Sport, Damage Chef says, of course, he did talk about Aubameyang, and he said, I've spoken to a contact who says Aubameyang is fully committed to Arsenal. He does still have 2 years on that big contract, and wants to return to the pitch as soon as possible. So as well, Fabrizio Romano did report about that, and he said there is absolutely no excuse, and there is no way Arsenal are going to lose Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The player wants to stay, and Barcelona are not even interested in signing in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. However, he said keep an eye on Alexander Lacazette. That one could be the one that blows up very, very soon. Like I said, a little bit struggling health-wise, so I cannot push it over this. But my opinion about Manuel Locatelli, I think, like I've always reported, the priority was Juve. Arsenal only stupidly wasted time. They lied to us. Their motive was to keep Granit Xhaka. That was their motive. That was their motive, and they actually fulfilled it. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I think he will stay at Arsenal. There is no question about that. I've said it now, so you can quote me. I think he will stay at Arsenal. Lacazette, if there is a club that is interested, I think he might leave. Madders, keep an eye on him. I cannot really, commit. Keep an eye on James Madders. Keep an eye on Martin Odegaard. Keep an eye on Ramsdale, especially on Ramsdale and Neto. Then I'll speak to you very, very soon. Why not? Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You are the real ones, and I'll speak to you in the next one.